genotype is actually not enough because we have to go through the person's character, the person's behavior, but those are things that, as far as I'm concerned, those are things that come secondary to genotype. And concerning AA being the golden, what is so golden about them? I mean, they fall sick here and there. I think they fall sick more than AS too, sir. Especially during this season, you find them either down with malaria, or you see them with cough, or there's a way the Harmattan season affects them. I hardly fall sick. So, what makes them so golden? It's putting them, I know they tend to feel as if, okay, we can marry whoever we want and all of that, but I don't think there's anything so crazy about it. I've actually not seen any AS with sickle cell crisis. Matter of fact, I didn't know they used to have crisis until the last tea party you guys held that I came, that it was, someone talked about it. That was when I knew. And then I went and I read about it, and then I found out that yes, there are actually AS people that have sickle cell crisis. And I was blown away. That means I am one of the lucky ones that are actually healthy or are actually okay and have never had any crisis or anything like that. And the fact that AS even have their AS with crisis should even put fear in the minds of those that still go ahead with relationships or marriages because they feel love is enough. Because even if you're lucky and your children or your child comes out as AS, what's to say that they won't have that, they won't get a crisis later on in their lives? So it's the fact that AS go through, there's a chance that an AS person can go through that should even be like a warning to them that it can still happen even with your child being AS. I have seen sickle cell children. I have seen, matter of fact, I recently lost my friend. I didn't even notice he had sickle cell till he told me. I've seen him after a crisis, but not when he was going through it. But I've seen a child when she was going through the whole thing, and when I saw her on that bed, she was barely breathing. She had like the whole oxygen around her nose, and you see a child going through that because what? The parents were either stubborn or just ignorant, or I don't even know what to say, but it's really heartbreaking seeing a child go through that. That child didn't sign up for that. So it's really not fair for those that have never seen a child or an adult go through crisis. I really hope you don't get to, because it's a painful thing to see. It's not nice at all. My dad is AS, but my mom is AA. So at JS3, I think I fell ill or something. So they needed to run like a couple of tests, and then they ran it, and that was when I realized I was AS. And I didn't really get to know the meaning of that until I started biology. And I loved biology, so that was when I got to know, okay, this is the genotype you're supposed to be compatible with, this is the one you're not supposed to be compatible with. And the questions I had, I just threw them to my dad, and he answered them for me. So it has affected, I think, after he explained that to me, and ever since I was old enough to start dating, I ask that a lot. I almost made a mistake once. I started liking somebody and I didn't ask. Matter of fact, he was the one that asked first. And then I said I was AS. And that was where it died. At least it did. I'm just wondering what would have happened if we had gotten to if we had gotten, at least we were just at the liking stage. We didn't really get to the falling in love stage. I don't know what would have happened if we had gotten to that stage. And then I ask and then I find out that he is AS. I don't know what would have happened. Because I've seen people to do the compulsory marriage test that most churches ask you to go for. And that was when they found out that both of them were AS. I wouldn't want to be in that situation because it's I just don't want to imagine it. No, mine is just one, so just one, just the one that happened. It wasn't even a relationship. It was a pre-relationship. Let me put it that way. Before we went into full-blown relationship, so it had to end. Ever since then, I am very cautious. I have been very, very, very careful. So I ask you before anything even happens. I am of the opinion that if you're not going to get married, if you're not going to have children, if maybe you're going to adopt or something, or you prefer to not have children at all, then yes, sure, you can go ahead and get married. But then the factor of not having children is either the wife is on birth control for the whole of her life, or the man goes through, what is this thing they call? What's the name of this thing? It's reversible. Anyways, I'll remember the name later, but then it's yes, vasectomy, bless you. So it's either he goes through that or she is on birth control for the rest of her life, which is, I don't want to say it's impossible, but birth control is draining. It's another topic on its own. But then if you're not going to have children, then I think you can be allowed to get married. Or you should get married if you're not having biological kids. I think it is. But the thing is, the only one I know apart from the AAAS and SS is, I think it's called SC or CS. Is that SC or CS? Sorry, I can't remember. But that's the only one I know. I'm not sure I've really read about or really studied the aspects of that one. I just know about the general ones or the most popular ones. I've not really gone to study the other ones. Like I said, it's only SC I know. So, well, we can start by sickle cell education. I think the more educated people are on the risk of ending up with someone you're not compatible with and what it holds for you in the future, I think we will reduce it all starts with sensitization. Although we all know there are really stubborn ones that will not want to hear anything, but I think with enough programs and enough education on going to check yourselves early and what it means if you are either a carrier or you have the gene or your AA, I think we will reduce a great number of people that are having to suffer or live in pain. Why do they always feel as if sickle cell is this communicable disease? It's like having I don't even know if the analogy is the same, but it's like having HIV and then you're placed on the drugs and then you don't want to take it because you don't want people to say you have. But if the drug is going to help you, why not just take it? Are you going to stand in front of a camera and then announce to the world that you're taking sickle cell drugs? If you have drugs, unless if the person doesn't want to live anymore. Else, if you're given drugs, you take them. Irrespective, if you have people that are making you feel different because you're a carrier, then those people are not supposed to be around you. Especially if you have tried to educate them, because I know some people it's just ignorance. But if you've tried to educate them by teaching them that no, it is not what you're seeing, it is not this, it is that, and they still refuse to change, then you don't need those type of people in your life. You don't need that negative energy.